Hi, I'm Bryanna Clark-Grogan and I'm on Everyday Dish, and I'm going to show you how to make vegan crepes. I wanted to get a recipe that would mimic the flexibility of an egg crepe, and this is the recipe I came up with. All you need is a blender and a pan. First of all, we're going to turn the pan on because this doesn't take very long. So we're going to turn it on to medium. And then we have some soy milk. Add that to your blender. And we have some unbleached white flour, or you can use whole wheat pastry flour if you prefer. It works fine with that. And then to give the egginess and flexibility of the protein in eggs, we use some extra firm silken tofu. Just crumble that in. Or you can use medium firm tofu if you prefer. And then another ingredient that's really important to this is either chickpea or soy flour, which gives a lovely golden color to the crepes, but it also adds a certain amount of egginess. A little bit of sugar just to boost the flavor, a little bit of salt, and some baking powder, just a tiny bit. You don't normally use baking powder in crepes, but since we're not using eggs, you need a little bit of leavening power. And then the turmeric, just for color. And then I like to add a little bit of nutmeg, just for extra flavor, just a tiny scraping, and this works for both savory and sweet crepes. There you go. Now this just takes a few seconds to mix up. That looks fine. Now this batter has the advantage of not having to rest for half an hour like an egg batter, so you can make the crepes right away. So let's see if our pan is hot enough. Sprinkle a little water into the pan. If it dances, it's ready. I like to dip some rolled up paper towel in a little oil and just grease the pan with that, so you have it enough to keep it from sticking but not too greasy. And then just pour your batter in to the center, about 1/4 cup in this pan. And if you have a light pan that you can turn with your wrist, then that's the traditional way to do it. I like to use the back of a spoon to just spread the batter out in widening circles. This is the way they do East Indian crepes, actually, so we can use that technique. Okay, and so just let it cook until it's dry on the top, and then you can start loosening it on the bottom. If it doesn't loosen easily, then just stop and let it cook a little bit longer. You can use the bottom, turn the spatula upside down and loosen it around the edges, and then just flip it over. And it just has to cook for a few seconds. And then you can either put it down flat, or you can fold it in quarters and put it on your plate. And you just keep making them like that until your batter's all gone. These are, it's great to make a double recipe of these and just keep them in your freezer, because they make a wonderful dessert or a wonderful company entree. You can fill these crepes with creamed vegetables of any sort, sauteed mushrooms, ratatouille, any kind of vegan meat substitute. Asparagus in a bechamel sauce is wonderful in crepes. And then you can sprinkle a little bit of vegan cheese on the top and pop them in the oven. And you have a wonderful entree for company. Oops. There we go, we're almost done. They puff up a little bit, and that usually means they're done on the other side. Watch you don't burn yourself. Okay, that's the last one. You'll fold it, turn off the heat. So you can make about 11 to 13, that's made about 12 pancakes. And you can double the recipe and freeze them for future use. It's a very easy recipe. I hope you'll try it. Thanks for joining us at Everyday Dish. Bye.